So today I'm going to start on my project of rebuilding the lower control arms on my 2006 Toyota Tacoma second gen. It's a four-wheel drive V6. The symptoms I'm having are it does not hold alignment, and the main reason for that is you can see there that my stock alignment tabs, they kept folding over, and we kind of patched it up with a beetle weld. But that's just becoming more of a temporary fix as I drive it and off-road more on it. So I'm actually going to be installing the Total Chaos Camber caster alignment tabs that they make. It's about $100 for this set. But basically we're going to be grinding that completely off and welding the new ones on there. And it's just a much beefier, solid setup. And while I do that, the last time I was in to get it aligned, the alignment guys said that the bushings were shot. So I'm going to go ahead and replace those with some polyurethane bushings, and as well as do the ball joint while it's off. So we're going to start out by popping the this end of the lower control arm out. Undo these two guys right here and here, and then the lower ball joint nut. It's got a little cotter pin there, and then we'll move out here and we'll undo the lower shock mount, and then eventually after that we'll hit the lower control arm. The alignment bolts. There's a front here and a back over there. They did PB blast this stuff a couple days ago, so and I have not tested to see how hard it is to get off, so hopefully it'll come off without too much trouble. Nut and a washer on the back side here. There's the nut. Washer. And there's the bolt. So now we have essentially this entire part, this entire half of the control arm loose. The only thing that's holding it are the alignment bolts. These will probably be the hardest part. A lot of people who might be doing this job, these bolts are actually frozen in there. I had to replace mine completely, cut them out and replace them a couple years ago because they were frozen. Something Toyota does is they don't lube the bolts as they put them in, so almost every single Toyota owner ends up with this problem. But fortunately mine have been adjusted fairly regularly. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad. Yep, and it is stuck. Ended up needing a 4-foot breaker bar for that. And here's one. That was much easier.
So we're gonna do.
Hey babe,
What?
remember what I said? How I was gonna record this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, YouTube.
There you have it. So next we're gonna remove this lower ball joint bracket here and prep the ball joint for removal. So we gotta start by taking the C-clip off here. And at best to slip one under one side and then beat it with the hammer. Just like that. And then we're gonna prop this, flip this guy over here, put it on two 2x4s or 4x4 there, and we're gonna beat on this bolt to pop the rest of the bracket off. Like that. And then next we're going to take this up to our hydraulic press. We're going to press from this side down, pop the ball joint out, and then we will proceed to remove the control arm bushings. We're using a 20-ton jack just to press, 20-ton press to get this thing out of here. The last one took about 15 tons. It's usually pretty good. Yeah. That's it. ball joint. We just used a, what was that?
Piece of pipe.
Piece of pipe.
2 3/8.
2 3/8, 2.5 inch piece of pipe there. Just enough to slide over the ball joint, but enough to hit the mount on there. So we have this control arm set up in a vise with a bottle jack, and we find that it's easier to heat it up so that you don't bend the control arm. But heat it up, tap it, and this thing will pop right out.
That's it.
Just like that.
Hang on, hang on. What's that?
Loosen it.
No, tap it a little.
Tap, 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 tap. Put a little tension on it. Not a lot, but just until it starts getting a little tough. Right about there. And then burn it again.
Let that down.
Make sure you're always wearing your correct PPE on this. As I am.
Flip-flops.
As I am. Flip-flops and no shirt. So this one, the bushing came out before the sleeve.
Rubber bushing, yeah.
So what we have to do is we're actually going to cut the sleeve out, just the sleeve. Just give it a few whacks. Just like that. Piece of cake, right? Now for the control arm bushings, I ended up using these Whiteline bushings. These are for the Toyota Hilux. The reason I got these are because they have the sleeves already on them, so you don't have to reuse the old stock sleeves. You can actually just cut them out if they're extra stuck. But that's why I use the Whiteline ones. And then for the lower control arm bushing, I'll attach it in the description, but this is the part number for the lower control arm bushing. It's a Moog part. Alright, so we're installing the lower control arm bushings here, and we have this giant arbor press that we're using. I've seen it done with a large vise before, but this was probably going to be easier, so that's what we decided to use. We've got your bushing in here. The pusher is just a piece of piping from like fence piping. And then once we get this slid down some, we're going to put another piece below it to catch it as it pops out. See right there, it bottomed out, so we're going to put the little piece underneath it now.
I think I use that other one.
Looks like that. It's nice even on both sides. The metal's nice and flush. one's a little tougher. It takes quite a bit of force. There it goes. Just like that, it's flush on both sides, sticking out perfectly. Now, I had originally taken video of me installing the ball joint here. I did it on the press, the same press that we've been using to uninstall the old bushings, and that worked really well. But somehow my video got lost. But that's basically what the new ball joint will look like. It was actually much easier than the bushings were to install. I just used the same piece that I used on the larger bushing, the same tubing, and it just, you know, stick it on this side, and it pressed right in, much easier than the bushings did. Also, as you can see, I took the chance while the control arm was off, and I put some rubberized corrosive compound on there just to keep it from rusting. It had a tiny bit of surface rust. Don't forget to put the large C-clip on here. Just need a big pair of pliers. Might be a little fidgety, but just gotta get it in that groove there. Just like that.